So Aaron, you sell a company at 25. You make close to, you sell it for close to $50 million. And then you publicly admit that was like falling off a cliff, which doesn't make any sense to most people. So can you walk me through that moment? Was there like an evening after you signed where everything started going like downhill?
It happens very slowly and then all at once, and, don't get me wrong. I think as an entrepreneur, like having that moment is what you work for. And it's, I think, what every entrepreneur at least dreams of, some form of a liquidity event. But to describe the feeling is very difficult. And it's took me close to 5 years, because anyone I would speak to and say, I'm not feeling so good about this, they'd be like, what are you talking about, dude? I'd burn my money if I can get yours, or I would do anything, and you should be grateful. And so you start to internalize it. You say, I can't talk to anyone about this because they're going to throw it back in my face and tell me all the things that I should be happy about. And it took me like almost 4 years to really encapsulate what it would feel like. So, do you have a dog?
I do.
Okay. So how old's your dog?
We don't know, but he's guesstimated to be 13 years old.
Okay, 13 years old. So let's say 13-year-old dog. Imagine tomorrow, you've done a good job with this dog. You took it from what it was. You treat it so well. You feed it. You cater it. Your whole life revolves around this dog. We have to all this stuff, all this effort, all this love, all this time. Someone comes today when you get home after the podcast, and they knock on your door. And they say, I saw you walking your dog the other day. What a beautiful dog. So here's some money. Here's a lot of money. And I'm going to take your dog. Thanks. And then not only that, you're not mad. You're like, oh my God, yes, I've worked so hard building this dog. Here, take the dog. Take the dog. And now, right after, everybody comes to your house and we celebrate you giving your dog away for money. How do you think you would feel?
So far, so good, but at the same time, I'll be missing the dog.
Right. You have this part of you, you're like, oh my God, I miss my dog. And you feel a little bit empty inside. And it's very
similar. Very empty if I have done anything like that with my dog.
Yeah. You would cry, you would be sad, but all these people would be looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Look at all the money. You just got all this money. What's wrong with you? Why would you be sad? Look at all this money you got. But you're like, but I put my life into this dog. And it's very similar in this case. The dog can be very similar to your business, where you spend so much time and effort building this business. It becomes a part of your identity. It has a piece of your heart. And then one day someone comes and gives you money and takes it from you. And they're going to go raise your dog. They go, you did such a good job raising the dog. I'm going to raise the dog now. And as in our world, in the entrepreneurship world, that's the norm. That's what's supposed to happen. This is what we want. We want to put food on the table. We do it for the greater good of our family and our bloodline. And I'm not against selling your company, but I wanted to bring light to the idea of it's not just this big honeymoon phase. There is a moment where you have to mourn the loss of your dog. And at 25, 26 years old, I didn't know anyone that sold their company. I found my M&A lawyer on a Google search. I made so many mistakes. I did it all alone. My parents, they worked hard, but they weren't business owners. And we didn't really come for much. It was life-changing money for my whole bloodline. And at 25, I got to encapsulate all of this. So when I describe it, I say, it was the greatest moment of my life and also one of the worst moments in my life, but at the exact same time. Wow. And to manage those emotions were extremely difficult.